GardenStateWeather.com, because meteorology does rock. Superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region, as well as the national scene as well. This is the convective daily video forecast discussion for this Wednesday evening, the 2nd of June, 2021. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. We've got showers and thunderstorms on the way, and heat and humidity will be building over the weekend into next week. We'll get right to it. As we do naturally at the beginning of the forecast here, we start off with the Rutgers Weather Network here in New Brunswick, where it is currently 73 degrees at Rutgers University's meteorology program. The wind is out of the south-southeast at 7, winds gusting out of the southeast at 8. Warm spots this hour, 75 in Stewartsville, Moorestown, 74 also in Pennsauken and West Deptford and Mansfield, New Jersey. Those are the warm spots. Seaside Heights at 62, also at Seagirt, 64 at Harvey Cedars, down the shore, 65 at High Point Monument, and Point Pleasant also at 65. Other temperatures around the region. Let's see if we'll pull this up here. We can. Other temperatures right now at 6:45 this evening. They're in the upper 60s to low and mid 70s. And today was a rather cloudy day. We started off with some minimum temperatures this morning, pulling this up into the upper 40s here over places like High Point. I believe this is 57 is High Point, 48 is Sandyston, and 46 at Walpack. Other temperatures were generally uniform with the cloud cover in the low to the mid 50s. Maximum temperatures this afternoon already in the low to the mid and upper 70s, excepting the immediate shore. And we want to check out the radar right now. We had a few showers over northwestern New Jersey, the Poconos, New York State earlier this afternoon. And we still have a few smattering here over Connecticut now, and just a few light raindrops here coming down over the Poconos into central New Jersey at this time. Visible satellite imagery is going to show up now. We'll do this in another way in just a moment. And lots of cirrus clouds, and you can see that halo over the moon this evening on my commute home. And, well, we've got rain on the way for tomorrow, unfortunately. Start things out with a low-level water vapor channel nationally across the area. Here's all that Gulf moisture now from Texas into Louisiana, getting up into the Tennessee River Valley here, and into Ohio, and eventually some of this moisture here will be feeding into a very humid tropical-like air mass into the northern mid-Atlantic states tomorrow with some shower and thunderstorm activity. Here's an upper level low here across Kansas and Oklahoma here, spinning out. A few showers and thunderstorms here. These are additional showers and thunderstorms over Tennessee, which is wallowing up now. And this afternoon across the Central Plains down through northern Texas, there have been a few showers and thunderstorms too propagating through the area with some watch boxes and warnings. And then high pressure building in across the west where things are really beginning to heat up. We'll take a look at the national temperatures in just a moment. Take a look at the national viewpoint of Doppler Radar, if we can get this going. Sometimes this doesn't want to work. Okay. Lots of showers and thunderstorms now across Alabama, Mississippi, getting into Tennessee, also into Kentucky here, the Ohio River Valley area. A few of these thunderstorms are quite heavy. Here's that line of showers and thunderstorms with the upper low propagating now through Texas as they begin to weaken a little bit this afternoon. And of course, what was a remnant here of low pressure is still producing showers and thunderstorms right along the west coast and over interior Ocala here this afternoon in Florida. Not unusual for this time of the year at all. And an extension of that also into the inland areas of the Carolinas during this afternoon as well. I'll move this all the way up here and you can see it nicely. Let's see. Take a look at storm reports and things that are going on. 6:51 this evening. We do have basically a flash flood warning for northern Andrews County in western Texas, and also for southern Dawson County in western Texas, southern Gaines County in western Texas, and Martin County in western Texas until 6:45 Central Daylight Time. Again, thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. 1 or 2 inches of rain already fallen in portions of this area. An additional 1 or 2 inches of rainfall possible with ongoing thunderstorms. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. And the radar impact flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Andrews, Ackley, Gaines County Airport, Lenora, Andrews County Airport, Floree, Patricia, Tarzan, Klondike, Tamile, Franklin City, and Spartanburg. So we've got that going on. Here's the rain here across the Virginias and into the Carolinas inland here away from the water. A few more showers and thunderstorms here across portions of central and coastal Florida as well. Put on the lightning. I'm sure we're going to find a lot of interesting things here. Like, where is the lightning? Here's all that lightning again. Thunderstorms again in Texas and also in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and down into the Gulf, Louisiana. Look at all these lightning strikes here. Even to the Virginias, we have some lightning here. And of course in Florida with those thunderstorms, lightning too. And from the National Weather Service's Weather and Hazard Data Viewer here, we'll start off with temperatures. Look at these temperatures here. Even Vancouver is at 84. It's 94. Let's see if we can hover over these as they show up here. 94 in Vernon, British Columbia this afternoon. And the max was 94. I mean, look at these temperatures here in Washington. 97 degrees. Oregon, 96 degrees at Grant County Regional Airport. The heat is on. Los Angeles here at Fort Irwin, Barstow Bicycle Lake, Army Airfield. It was 102 degrees, which is the max temperature this afternoon. Also 102 at Bakersfield Meadows Field Airport in Southern California. 100 degrees here in Bishop Airport. And that was also a high temperature for today. 99 also at Merced Regional Airport here in Southern California. And the heat just builds. It's 108 in Blythe Airport here in Southern California. Arizona here, Casa Grande Municipal Airport at 102 this afternoon. And look at, it's cooler here in Orlando and of course here in New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area, but down in the Gulf, it's quite warm. If we get into the Baja here, we've got 93 at Laredo, Texas, Laredo, Baja, Mexico here, 95 at La Paz International Airport in Mexico. And with all these thunderstorms and the heating of the day, 93 degrees at Puerto Rico in Palazada, Mexico. And where my friend is going tomorrow, it's getting quite warm. Angel Albino, Corzo International Airport. In Mexico, it's 90. They reached 95 today. You get the picture here. Let's pull the air temperature off and do precipitation. We don't want to do 1 hour. Let's just do 24 hours. And so there's been quite a lot of rain here in portions of these areas. Probably is not going to show up as much as we want to with this because it's using a density of 1. Probably because the map's too big. We use the overlay here from, let's take off the legend here. Let's go back to layers here. Precipitation analysis over the last 24 hours with our legend here. Several inches of rain, lots of rain here. And even in Florida and here over the interior as well. Take a look at that satellite imagery just once again. And of course in the west, it's all really about the heat over California. Especially central and southern California, excessive heat warnings are in effect actually until 9 p.m. on Friday, Pacific Daylight Time. So, we know that we're dealing with some problems here. High heat risk means much of the population will be at risk for heat-related illnesses, especially those that are heat sensitive and those without access to air conditioning or adequate hydration. A lot of people are living in their cars or vans these days here in California, so it's extreme. Portions of northwestern Arizona, southeastern California, southern Nevada from 11 a.m. tomorrow morning until 9 o'clock on Friday. In fact, today is Wednesday, 11 a.m. So, yeah, temperatures around 119 in Furnace Creek in Death Valley National Park. Crazy, right? Just crazy. We'll take this off here, and again, across Salt Lake City, Utah, also portions of Idaho, and look at this, in places where you never see it here, east of the Cascade Mountains here in Seattle, Washington, and Oregon here. Just incredible amounts of heat coming down until 8 o'clock on Thursday Pacific Daylight Time. Here in Florida, Texas rather, we have that severe thunderstorm watch. We'll get into the Storm Prediction Center in just a moment. And the dew points across the western United States are in the 30s, 40s. That's extremely dry air, fire weather danger, extreme amount going on here. Dew points really increase across the Gulf here from Texas all the way up into the middle Mississippi Valley here. Anything over 60 means the atmosphere is becoming increasingly humid. At Andover Air Force Aeroflax Airport this afternoon, the dew point is 61, and that's been climbing. And of course, all of this saturation of air east of the Continental Divide in the Central Plains means that, you know, we're in a moist environment over the next 48 hours. This will definitely give you a clue here across the west and southwestern Canada. These are the relative humidity values in the 20s, even teens here over portions of Idaho and Utah. Very, very bone dry air. And if we looked at, let's see, fire weather, we're going to find it here on the high side across the western United States. Yes. Let's take a look at that legend and see what that looks like. Well, and this afternoon at our time, 7 o'clock or so, or maybe last hour, just coming in right now, here is all that heat across the west, especially in the Rockies and also in the Colorado, especially over Nevada, California, Arizona, and Mexico. Yes. 24-hour temperature changes. Yeah, it's really heating up here. It's cooler right along the immediate coast, but over the interior sections, it's quite hot. And the temperatures have been cooling off with that rain here across the Gulf Coast states into the Tennessee and Mississippi River and Ohio River Valley area. But that's all going to change. Yeah, this heat here is going to be moving here. Swinging back to the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia I-95 corridor here. Liking the way that the weather models in Ryan Maui is now providing us with 4 map comparison charts here, so we can do this. We're going to use the digital database here for our forecast over the next 7 days. These are the high temperatures for today, which pretty much were met. And they're just really just a couple of degrees cooler right along the coast than they should be, but near normal, just about everybody else. By the time we get into Thursday, now tomorrow, it's going to be showers and thunderstorms, so temperature is going to be in the low to the mid-70s. Cooler right along the coast here, southern edge of Long Island, north shore of Long Island, south shore, coastal waters. Again, shows up with this on the anomalies here for tomorrow, -5, -6. And neutral conditions basically across New Jersey. This is where things get interesting. Temperatures start to rise on Friday, even as the cold front and upper trough swing through in the afternoon. Temperatures still around the upper 70s to around 80. And that's a couple of degrees above normal. If you look at the chart on the right-hand side here, we're getting above normal by a few degrees here. Now, this is where things really start heating up. On Saturday, high pressure and a ridge takes control over the eastern United States. Well, a trough builds in the west for a change, taking everything down that is occurring now in the western United States down. Look at these temperatures on Saturday in the 80s right along the coast, mid and upper 80s over the urban areas, and this is some 8 to 9 degrees above normal. Even on Long Island, temperatures are going to be above normal here for this time of the year. By Sunday, it's just an all-out heat fest going on here, excepting the immediate coast. Even the coast, 10 degrees above normal, 10, 15 degrees above normal. Everywhere else where temperatures are going to be in the upper 80s to low 90s. The heat just continues to build. We're dealing with temperatures that are 10, 15 degrees above normal here. As we head into Monday, temperatures along the coast will be naturally cooler right along the barrier of Strand Islands here and out on central and eastern Long Island with the ocean influence here. But everybody on the inland areas away from the water is going to be in the 90s, and that's about 14 to 15 degrees above normal. Finally, when we get to Tuesday, no change. 11 to 15 degrees above normal, temperatures away from the coast in the upper 80s to low 90s across the region. Interesting forecast coming up from the NCEP model, the NAM, our mesoscale model. Upper left-hand corner is the reflectivity, the precipitation forecast, Doppler Radar. On the upper right-hand side, the total precipitation that the model's seeing. On the lower left-hand side here, on the bottom panel here, is the precipitative water values and the CAPE values, the available potential energy for thunderstorms over the next 60 hours. So let's start out with the top panel here. And tomorrow morning, well, this afternoon we had the shower and thunderstorm showers, basically, no thunderstorms here. Now, tomorrow things get a little interesting. By the time we get into tomorrow morning, there are more clouds, more water vapor in the atmosphere. And I want to pause this for a second because the water vapor is beginning to light up. And this means that, you know, we're going to be in for more increasing water vapor to support the chances for more heavier rain and downpours across the region. Now, there'll be a couple of short waves working through and a cold front working through on tomorrow night and Friday morning. It's going to produce scattered showers and thunderstorms around the region, and this looks interesting to me. On the lower bottom side, the precipitable water values are approaching 2 to 2.5 inches. There's a lot of potential for heavy downpours and flash flooding with any of the training thunderstorms that come through tomorrow afternoon and evening as they race off the coast. The other thing that I wanted to look at the same time period, if we could pause this here for just a second, and I think we could. This is going to be late tomorrow night, probably around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock or so. You see the showers and thunderstorms from the coast down through the turnpike here, down through the Philadelphia area. Look at the, let's see if we can pause this once again. Let's see if we can do this. This looks interesting with the amount of water vapor here in the channel here, about 1 to 2 inches, over 2 inches, and it spikes to over 2.5 inches. And look at the liquid equivalence here of what the model wants to do. Even if you take this all the way out to Friday night, Saturday morning, it's got better than 1.5 to 2 inches in areas across the I-95 corridor here. This looks interesting to me. And the other thing that looks interesting to me is the CAPE values here. As we work our way through the day on Thursday, let's go back to Thursday, you know, the afternoon is going to be quite different than it was today. We had very low CAPE values over the area today, but that's going to change tomorrow as we're in the warm sector, and by tomorrow afternoon, the CAPE values are going up to 1,000 to 1,500, 2,000 joules per kilogram, and by the time that strong line of thunderstorms work through the area late tomorrow evening, you know, the CAPE is diminishing, but the CAPE is already there early in the afternoon to support that line of showers and thunderstorms. It moves off the coast, and the rains become lighter on Friday morning, but still there's energy across the region, mainly to the south and east of New Jersey here, southern New Jersey, the Delmarva, the ocean. But there's still that upper level trough coming through on Friday, so there's going to be additional shower and thunderstorm activity. We can see this now with the short wave coming through on Friday afternoon. And look at again at the bottom left hand corner here, Precipitable water values are still better than 1 to 1.5 inches, and Cape values are still quite high across this region too. So, we're in for a wallop and a doozy, and any of these showers and thunderstorms are capable of small hail, damaging lightning, downburst wind gusts because the Cape values are so high for downburst winds, and the surface-based Cape. But even if we went into the mid-levels here, the mid-level Cape here would definitely support downburst wind gust. And also, the thing that sticks out to me is that some of these storms will be slow and washed out, training over the same locations that have poor drainage areas. So we're looking at a potentially stormy Thursday night, and Friday morning. And let's not forget about Friday afternoon, because those showers and thunderstorms are going to pack a punch and a wallop too, especially over the Hudson River Valley here, northwestern New Jersey, down through western Pennsylvania, the I-95 corridor, the Delaware River Valley area, and then the heat builds. And by Saturday, the precipitable water values drop off slightly. The Cape dies down, but, the damage is done. Now, again, I want to call your attention. We're using the NAM model guidance here for the forecast out to Friday night, early Saturday morning. Areas that are training rain in any of these short waves are capable of producing downburst wind gust, very heavy rainfall, gusty winds, possibly some power outages. I doubt about the power outages, but I'm quite confident on flash flooding. Now, flash flooding occurs when thunderstorms are producing copious amounts of water over certain locations numerous times. And if we go through Thursday night, Friday morning here, again, anything from tomorrow in this corridor here, this is what the NAM is actually showing in these thunderstorms. 1, 2, 3 inches of rain in parts of the area. Now, the reason for this is because thunderstorms are naturally, there's a lot of positive vorticity advection, a lot of spin in the atmosphere, a lot of rising motion in these areas. Areas that are having less precipitation and not getting into the shower and thunderstorm activity is because we have negative vorticity advection. So when one area of the atmosphere is rising over a microscale or a mesoscale boundary, it's training, and other areas to the north and south of it are not getting in on this. But if we looked at the total through Friday night, you can see everybody is going to have a copious amount of precipitation. Some of this is going to be causing flash flooding. I'm telling you now, across southeastern Pennsylvania, Philadelphia I-95 corridor here, the turnpike here, these thunderstorms are going to mean business, and they definitely will. And I want to show you the simulated radar once again from the NAM model coming in right now. So, tonight is not too bad. There'll be some rain advecting in from the west. It's going to be light, a few showers and thunderstorms around the coast and then offshore. Tomorrow is a different day because that's when we're in the warm sector here, and here comes the more moderate to heavy rain across central and northern New Jersey, just off the coast here. Then there's a break in the precipitation until the cap is broken in the atmosphere where the convective temperature is reached. And then here comes the next short wave along the front and cold front here. These are additional showers and thunderstorms that are going to be marching through the area on Friday, late tomorrow night, early Friday morning. Here comes that line now. Here comes that line of showers and thunderstorms. This is the area that needs to be concerned about flash flooding, because flash flooding occurs within minutes, actually, and can just wash you away. And then, well, the short wave is still with us here. The front stalls out, washes out. Here comes the upper level trough. Here comes the convection again as we head into Friday afternoon. And look, the cap is broken once again. Showers and thunderstorms by Friday afternoon across the Poconos and Pennsylvania, heading into northwestern New Jersey. These could, and the southern Connecticut River Valley, the Hudson River Valley area, these could be, doozies in terms of certain areas receiving just copious amounts of rain or not. But I'm telling you now, with the water vapor channel, that tells us the amount of available total vapor in the atmosphere, this is what's interesting to me. Right now, it's increasing. During the afternoon here on Wednesday, we see the dew points increasing. We also see some drier air coming in early tomorrow morning, but that's all being washed away. Notice as the warm front lifts north, now we're getting into the 1.5 to 2 inch range as we head into Thursday. This is precipitable water. This is the capability of the atmosphere to produce heavy downpours. And that really stays with us throughout the day. So anything that does come down could be quite heavy. And it really looks like it wants to get heavy again on Friday. Even after Thursday evening and Friday morning's washouts here in many areas where the precipitable water values are approaching 2 inches, through central and southern New Jersey, the I-95 corridor here. This looks interesting for hot spots here for flash flooding across the Philadelphia region. Really, until you get into Friday, things just dry out just a little bit. And I said dry out a little bit. You've still got precipitable water values here better than 1 inch to 1.5 inches. That means the capability of any shower and thunderstorm activity that occurs during this time frame is really, in certain spots, just going to come down. And finally, we get to Saturday, the weekend. And that's where everything pushes offshore. And we get precipitable water values here at less than 1 inch to 1 inch. This is a foretelling sign here to me, because behind it, everything goes back up. We've got a hot, humid air mass coming in for next week. Showers and thunderstorms with any short waves that come through the region are going to be problematic. I'm going to focus in on the European total column water, the water vapor imagery from today through the next 10 days across the New Jersey, New York, I-95 corridor, Connecticut, Long Island, New Jersey, Delaware. Things are quite copacetic right now, but, water vapor in the atmosphere allows for any kind of shortwave or washed up trough or washed out cold front or sea breeze fronts, mesoscale boundaries to initiate showers and thunderstorms across the area. And as we get into Thursday, obviously tomorrow, we're seeing the difference here, even on the European model guidance, with the guidance going above 1 to 1.5 inches here. And that doesn't really change too much. A little bit of drying coming in from the west on Friday afternoon and Friday evening and into Saturday, and a little bit on Sunday too. The one thing I want to do is show you that anything over 1 inch, and it's showing here even on Sunday, could initiate a shower and a thunderstorm if there's a mesoscale boundary like a sea breeze front or a cold front or anything else that's, converging, where the atmosphere is converging along the coast to the inland. Temperatures on Sunday are going to be in the 90s. The ocean fronts are going to be in the 60s and 70s. And, well, the 80s actually, but the ocean water temperatures are going to be in the 60s. So they're definitely going to be sea breeze fronts here. And those convergence zones here provide lift in the afternoon for cumulus clouds. Now, the thing that really stands out to me is that through this period, even on the European model guidance through next week, we still have precipitable water values that are better than 1 inch. So that is definitely going to support any kind of mesoscale boundary that comes through here, with the exception, possibly, on Wednesday of next week, but even Wednesday and Thursday, but even that fails because these cold fronts are going to just like die out, wash out. And by the time we get to even the following weekend here, which is like Thursday, June 18th, Friday, you know, you got precipitative water values here better than an inch to almost over 2 inches, 2.15 inches at spots. So, you know, the capability of any shower and thunderstorm activity, especially as you get to Saturday, June 12th here, if anything in the atmosphere, if you've got a mesoscale boundary or anything going on here that's going to provide lift, like wind coming in off the ocean from a coastal front or an ocean front, actually a sea breeze front, looking at this diagram here, there's plenty of water vapor in the atmosphere to support downpours if they do occur. And I wanted to take a quick look at the European model guidance. What I want to do, just radar. Again, even on the European model guidance's total precipitation over the next 10 days, which takes us out to Saturday, June 12th in the morning. Again, areas where there's not shower and thunderstorm activity or where there's negative vorticity advection doesn't mean you're not going to see thunderstorms. It just means that the precipitation might be less. But in areas where there's positive vorticity advection, there's plenty of rainfall on the way, and a humid and hot air mass too. So get ready to rock and roll because we've got a very interesting forecast coming up. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. Have a very pleasant evening.